So we all remember, if you were watching any of like FIBA hoops during the summer, we all remember who this is on the right. This is Zhang Ziyu. She is somewhere between 7'3" and 7'5". And you might be saying, oh, like, she was just playing against terrible kids, and oh, she's playing a high school level and all this stuff. She was 16 years old. And if you guys don't know who this is Lara Sumfai. She is 6'4", and she's a 5-star recruit. She is a 6'4", 5-star recruit, and she is a foot smaller than Zhang Ziyu. Zhang Ziyu genuinely, like about 7'5". And you guys might be thinking like, oh, you know, she's never going to make the W. For someone at 7'5", she moves extremely well. But also, I'm not joking when I say this. Like what? Brittany Griner is 6'8". Brittany Griner is closer in height to Caitlin Clark than she is to Zhang Ziyu. That is how crazy this is. Is that she makes Brittany Griner look small. Like, Caitlin Clark is closer in height to, I don't know who's the smallest player in the W. I don't know. To Julian Newman. Julian Newman is closer in height to being a freaking NBA player. Julian Newman's closer in height to Steph than Brittany Griner is to her. I'm trying to think, who's like a 6'6" NBA player, or 6'5" NBA player? Shea. Julian Newman is as close in height to Shea as Shea is to her. And she is still hooping overseas. And she is putting up, I'm not joking when I say this, like 50 points a game. And it's to be expected. She's 7'3" and she's playing the equivalent of like high school games. And obviously, again, playing her own age. But her hands are ridiculous for a giant. Obviously, there are some things where it's like, it is just a little bit mad. But like her hands and footwork and her decision making is getting better. She's getting quicker with the ball in her hands. Like with her seals, she keeps the ball high now. If you watched over the summer, her play, every single time she brought the ball down, she's better at keeping the ball high. And like, she's obviously never going to be the most mobile player in the world. But like, she's actually like sealing off. I know, and I get it. Look, she's a foot taller than everybody. She's going to be a foot taller than everybody in the WNBA. She's actually using her size to seal now. And like, this is somebody who genuinely didn't do any of this 4 months ago. She's there using her size to seal, doesn't bring the ball down anymore, and is basically going to be unguardable. Like, through contact to the face and one. And the thing is, she's got unbelievably good touch. And you might be saying she's got no skill. She's 7'5". This is an 8'1". This is literally like the equivalent of a man. I'm trying to think. The average height of a center is probably best to say. It's an 8 foot tall man. It is an 8 foot tall man. I'm sorry, if there was an 8 foot tall man, especially because women don't have the vertical leap to just jump up and swat above the rim. Heck, it could be like a 9 foot tall NBA player. And if they can move at all, like, she's genuinely, her movement off the ball, she doesn't bring the ball down anymore. And if you watch her on defense, you just put her in the middle of a zone. You put her in the middle of a zone. Keep her from moving from here to here to here to here. And that's all she has to do. So she's not trapping the key. And look at this. Like, she's just, she's literally just unguardable. They can't guard her. And we saw that in the Asia Championships. And you're like, oh, this is just unfair. She's playing against kids. And again, she is a kid. She is a kid. And two, these players aren't that small. We saw her again. Last season, she scored 42 points. 42 points in the Asia Cup final. Her team lost by 20. They were +5 when she was on the floor. In the 13 minutes she was not on the floor, her team got destroyed. And Australia are good. They're always good in women's basketball. And again, she was being guarded by 5-star center Lara Sumfai. She was being guarded by a 5-star center during the summer and put up 42 points. And she's even better than that. She's even better now. Like, we talk about the 2027 WNBA draft. Who's going first? Hidalgo? Could Full Wiley get back in? Or is it a guarantee to be Juju? I don't understand how nobody's talking about the fact that she can go to the WNBA draft. People are like, oh, she needs to go to college. Why the fuck would she go to college and delay going into the WNBA draft by 2 years? She said she wants to go to the WNBA. She has not said, I want to play college basketball. If you attend college, you have to be 22 to play in to go to WNBA. If you don't attend college, you can play at 20. I'm not joking with that. So I think you're going to see, there's going to be a big American 5-star that doesn't go to college soon. And I mean that. There's going to be a high school 5-star that says, I want to go to the WNBA when I'm 20 years old. I'm going to play overseas for 1 year. I'm going to one and done. I'm going to go one and done. And I think it's going to happen. I think someone is going to one and done go overseas. Because the weird WNBA rules are if you attend college, you have to be 22. If you don't attend college, you can be 20. So I think it happens. And I think, obviously, I don't see her attending college. Anyone who says attend college to develop over developing overseas, like over developing overseas, and you can get to the W 2 years earlier, get off your rookie deal quicker. Like, she's going to get better development. Basically, like if she goes to college, I can guarantee you in the States, she's probably going to be told to redshirt. She can freaking redshirt 2 WNBA years and still be in the league quicker than she would if she went to college. But yeah, it's very, very possible that she's the number 1 pick in 2027. She's mobile enough. Obviously, you can't see it in those clips. Like, she's not mobile, but she's mobile for enough for 7'3". Like, she can run. She can physically run. Like, that's all you need. She's 7 foot, somewhere between 7'3" and 7'5". Like, it's madness. It's madness. She's somewhere between 7'3" and 7'5". But, like, yeah. Zhang Ziyu. Zhang Ziyu. I mean that. I think a lot of people are sleeping on her possibility of being that number 1 pick, because as great as JuJu Watkins is, she is a foot and a few inches taller than JuJu Watkins. Like, JuJu Watkins could not score in the paint on her. Like, we've watched it in playing. Like, you can't walk inside the paint when like, you genuinely can't walk inside the paint when she's there. It is going to be interesting to see with the defensive 3 seconds how she plays. But considering her improvement over the last year, I would be absolutely shocked if she doesn't end up being at least in that conversation. If she goes to W, that is. I think there's a near 0% chance. Near 0% chance that she ends up going to college route. But if she does, maybe she'll be in the 2029 class. If not, she'll be in the 2027 class with JuJu. And man, as great as JuJu is, it's going to be hard not to take her number 1. Let's be honest. It's going to be hard not to. So anyway, see you guys.